Hello guys and welcome to Vlogging Project. Today I'm going to do a quick review of the Xiaomi S2, also known as the Y2 in India. Is that the new budget king or that's just another shingling from China? Let's find out. Okay guys, so let's have a look at the design and build quality of the phone. The first thing you're gonna notice is this back cover over here. It's made out of plastic, but it definitely looks like metal, and to be honest with you, it feels very nice and soft to the touch, and it fits perfectly fine with your hand. It's not slippery at all. It offers plenty of grip over here guys, so you will like this back cover. It doesn't feel hollow at all, so I'm definitely liking the back cover. Now the fingerprint placement over here is perfect. Check this out. You grab your phone like that because the phone is 6-inch. That's a big phone. With average hands like mine, check this out. The fingerprint is just where I want it to be. And let me show you something else quickly. This is one of the best fingerprint readers from all the phones available at the market. I'm really surprised how quick and accurate it is, and that Xiaomi actually managed to implement such a good fingerprint reader on a budget device. So I'm definitely feeling the fingerprint reader. You've got face unlock as well. Check this out guys. Yep, let me show you. It's not as quick as the OnePlus, but it's the next best thing. Face unlock on a budget phone, I'm definitely feeling that. Now at the back we've got a dual camera setup, one 12 megapixel and one 5 megapixel for a bokeh shots. And the problem with this camera that I have is that the phone wobbles. Check this out. You want to type something on it like that and it just wobbles like that. I don't like that, but I've noticed that all the new phones are following this trend. Again, they've copied from Apple. But anyway, it is what it is. At the top we've got a 3.5mm jack, microphone and air blaster. Can you imagine? That's a big bonus as well guys. And at the bottom we've got single speaker over here. We've got a microphone as well and micro USB charging port. It feels a little bit outdated, but for a cheap device I don't mind really. The buttons over here are made out of plastic and they've got the perfect positioning. Check this out. You hold your phone like that and the power button is over here directly on your thumb guys. The volume buttons are really nice and clicky as well. And at the front we've got the crazy 16 megapixel camera over here. We've got the speaker grill which is buried deep inside the screen over here guys. And at the bottom we've got nothing over here, rounded corners of the screen, some lines which look like an antenna lines. I'm really not sure if they're really antenna lines or that's just the design. I can imagine so. But one thing that I must say, that the display itself protrudes quite a bit. I know that's just a design language guys, but it's really not that nice, at least in my opinion, but you wouldn't matter. And by the way, if you slap a case, let me get the case out. That's the case which comes into the box guys, and check this out. If you slap the case like that, it makes the corners over here flush with the case, so you're not gonna feel that edge. So for me it's not the best thing, but for you it might not be a problem whatsoever. And now let's check the display. Okay guys, so now the display itself is 6-inch and it's only 720p, which is a little bit of a stretch. I mean, it's a little bit pixelated. The display itself is fine. It gets relatively bright enough. Check this one out. Now it's on the maximum. And let's have a look at a couple of wallpapers just to see what kind of quality are we dealing with. Of course, there's a little bit of an IPS glow, which means that the blacks are not actually that deep as most of the screens out there. But at the end of the day, I mean, for a budget device, the display is okay guys. I would say it's fine. The other good thing about the screen is that you can actually choose your own colors. You've got warm, standard, cool, and you can adjust the contrast as well. So that's definitely a bonus. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the software guys. Check this out. This animation is absolutely sick of unlocking your screen. That's because of the theme that I have installed. It's a free theme. I'm gonna check it out a little bit later on. It changes the icons, it changes the shortcuts over here, and it changes the settings. So basically in terms of customization, you've got everything guys. Now about phone, let me show you what we're dealing with. By the way, inside we've got the Snapdragon 625, 3 gigs of RAM with 32 gigs of storage. There's another version with 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigabytes of storage as well. Now the security patch is from 1st of July, which I'm happy with. That is alright. And basically everything else is just like the rest of the EMUI, nothing that much fancy actually. But what is new over here is that you've got the gestures over here guys. So basically no matter where you are in an application, you swipe like that and you go home. You can also swipe like that and hold a little bit, and that brings the multitasking menu. You can kill all the applications over here, or let's say you're somewhere in an application, for example, over here. To go back, you just swipe from either this side here, or you can swipe from this side here. So no matter if you're left-handed or right-handed, in both occasions, you're going to be sorted. Now, I really love this implementation. However, when you open up a couple of applications like that, let me show you guys. For example, you're gonna open up YouTube, you're gonna open up Instagram over here, and then you're gonna open up what hot UK Deals, and let's open up Chrome as well. And check this out, you wanna go home, and it's a little bit, I mean, you can see that, yeah, it's a little bit jerky, guys. The whole animation is just a little bit jerky, and when you hold it like that, it's just, I mean, it's, how can I put it? It's very hard to see on the camera, but sometimes it feels a little bit laggy. So if you don't feel comfortable using the gestures, you can always, you know, activate the buttons over here from the settings. But at least I'm happy that they're going in the right direction in terms of gestures. It was about time to have something, you know, baked in the software and not rely on third-party applications which are draining the battery and so on. So overall, I'm really happy with the software of this phone, guys. Play Store, you can very easily install it in the Mi Store. You've got no problems, you know, about emails or anything. It just works flawlessly with the Google services. So don't worry about the software. Now, when it comes down to sound, of course, you've got the 3.5mm jack, but unfortunately, the overall output volume is not very high, guys. I would say it's about average, which sounds normal for a Snapdragon 625 device. Nothing fancy, really. And now let's check the speaker of the phone. Okay, that's full blast over here. The speaker is on this side. But the thing is that because the phone is quite big, wherever you're gaming kind of like that, so you're not exactly covering the speaker, guys. Check this out. When you game like that, I mean, on this side, yeah, it's a little bit easier to block, but when you game on this side, you're not actually covering the speaker. So in terms of loudness, it's loud, but the quality is not very nice. I mean, it definitely gets the job done, but that's how much you can expect from just a bottom firing speaker. The most important thing is that it is loud enough. Now, in terms of gaming, the situation is good. I mean, on Kazja, I'm getting a 40 FPS on average, guys, which is a pretty good result, but somewhat I was expecting a little bit better results in terms of that's just 720p screen, guys. And considering it's running the Snapdragon 625, the overall gaming performance should have been just a little bit smoother. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna play one level over here on Angry Birds, which is not, you know, the heaviest game in the world. And check this out. I mean, I'm filming in 60 FPS at the moment, so you have an idea what I'm talking about, but it's just, how can I put it, guys? It's good, it's definitely good enough, but it's kind of like borderline. I mean, it's, you can check how the bird kind of goes like that, a little bit choppy. It's not the end of the world. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a good gaming experience and the phone doesn't really heat up that much, but the thing is that I was just expecting a little bit more, although you're not gonna have problems with most of the games out there. And another good thing is that when you have the gestures enabled, check this out. If you wanna go home, you swipe here and it says slide again. You slide once again, okay, I mean twice, and then you go home like that, guys. So that's just a nifty protection over there. Okay, guys, so what about the battery life? I mean, of course, we've got the Snapdragon 625 efficient chipset and 3080 milliamp hours of battery. Now, they could have put a bigger battery, I believe, at least 4000 would have been the norm in this phone, because check how massive this phone is. But anyway, despite this fact, keep in mind that on Wi-Fi only, check this out, guys. Let me show you what do I have over here. On Wi-Fi only, I'm getting 8 hours 35 minutes of battery life. That's the best I could get with only 2% left, but that's only Wi-Fi, no conversations, absolutely nothing. Now you can check my usage over here, actually, what I've done. Now in the real-time usage with 4G, 5 hours 31 minutes, again that's my usage. Maps, heavy usage, guys. Now over here I'm getting 5 hours and 3 minutes, again that's my usage, a little bit of Viber. Over here 6 hours and 7 minutes, my usage again. And over here I've got 6 hours 55 minutes. You can see how the battery goes all the way up with more and more the usage I get on 4G. So I really don't know if the phone is kind of learning my, you know, usual routine in or what's going on, but the battery life actually keep getting better and better, guys. And again, that's my usage over here. Oh, by the way, about the updates, I got like 3 software updates already, so it's definitely nice to see. So yeah, battery life, I would say for 3000 milliamp hours of battery is kind of impressive, because between 5 and 6.5 hours on 4G and 7 to 8 hours on Wi-Fi is definitely excellent to my book. Okay guys, so the last thing I forgot to mention is the recharge times, and as you can see, 3000 milliamp hours of battery recharges for 33% for half an hour, 63% 1 hour, and 1 hour 55 minutes for full charge. Considering that there's a micro USB charging port, I would say that I'm okay with the charging time, and especially considering the price tag of the phone. Okay guys, it's conclusion time. What is my final verdict? Is the phone worth £120 here in the UK at the moment, especially if you click in the link in the description down below? Otherwise it's about 250. So yeah, £120 guys, you've got qualities that no other brand can actually offer at this price. Because let me give you an example. There's the Moto G6, it's very similar to specifications and it's £220. That almost double the price, guys. By the way, let me know if you want me to make a comparison between those two. Actually, I'm gonna make it anyway, but anyway, yeah, so £120, this phone is a steal, but you have to be realistic about what you're getting. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but I haven't really talked about the camera, because I've got a whole dedicated video about the camera experience of this phone. I'm gonna leave a link in the description down below, but overall, the camera setup is pretty good if we don't count the video. So for £120, that's one of the best dual camera setups that you're getting. The battery life is between 5 and 8 hours of battery, which is pretty good. Screen on time, I mean. The fingerprint reader. The fingerprint reader is an absolute surprise, guys. One of the best from all the phones available right now on a £120 phone. You've got face unlock as well. It's not as quick as the OnePlus, but still face unlock. You've got a huge screen. It's just 720p, so it's not the sharpest one out there. It's not the brightest one out there. It doesn't have the deepest blacks, but it's a humongous 6-inch screen, guys, on such a cheap device. It definitely gets the job done. It helps about the battery performance as well. Now, and because the battery is just 3000 milliamp hours instead of 4, the phone feels actually quite light in the hand, so you don't feel that it's that heavy actually. Now, the sound, quick summary: bottom firing speaker, definitely loud enough, is gonna get the job done watching my videos in loud environment. Headphone jack, just about average, but at least you've got the actual headphone jack. Bonus features, you've got the air blaster over here at the top. So basically a pretty sweet package overall, guys. The performance is okay as well. Snapdragon 625 is totally gonna get the job done. So although the phone doesn't really shine anywhere apart from the amazing fingerprint reader, well, for £120 I can definitely recommend it to quite a lot of people, guys. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you are that far into the video, click the subscribe button, because I've got plenty of more videos coming down in my channel, including the new Xiaomi. What was the model? Bloody hell, they've released like 15 phones in the last 3 months. So Xiaomi, the big one, the one with the almost 7-inch screen, Xiaomi Mi Max 3. Yes, I've got the Mi Max 3 coming down as soon as possible, basically. So stay tuned for that one as well, guys. Thank you very much for watching again, and see you in the next one. Adios.